Chastity, the social media influencer and rockstar killer. Maria, from Miami. And Lucy, aspiring actress. Sydney, hip-hop lover and writer, so I'm told. And my quiet one, Mackenzie. Well, hello, ladies. I'm Bella. I have a question for everyone. Why do you think rich men cheat? Control.
I'm going home.
Don't go.
Attention.
You bring the total package to the table. You just need the right friends.
Are you my friend?
No, but you can be mine.
And power.
I stuck my neck out for you.
Thank you!
And I pulled the strings to get you onto this show.
Take all three away, and he becomes desperate.
So, what's with the apples?
Well, it represents knowledge, wisdom, beauty, and power. Here, you will learn how to gain ownership of all.
I'm gonna send you the money for the ticket, and I already have your room set up at the Palms.
You do that, babe.
Because once you have possession of the apple, no man alive will have power over you.
You make it sound so easy.
Oh, it's not easy.
Brett, look, I'm sorry.
Save it! Save it!
I get no auditions.
I'm gonna stop you right there.
I get no callbacks.
I really need to get upstairs. They stole all my money.
I don't know who the fuck you think you are, but you're no better than the rest of us.
Right now they have a do not disturb until this afternoon. If they call you, great.
How is he gonna call me if he doesn't?
If not, charge it to the game.
Make no mistake, ladies. In order to succeed in this game, you must be willing to play it out till the very end.
This business is all types of savage.
What are you doing?
But if you follow my blueprints, I guarantee you will become a millionaire within the next 3 years. Possibly way earlier. So, are you ready to take that step?
Another day, another dollar. Ain't about money, don't you holla. 100 miles and racing, and that money conversation be my only motivation, yeah.
Hey everyone, it's your girl Catherine Nunez, and you're watching Real Talk with the director and the counsel on the IE Network.
Real Talk.
Hey, I'm Gina Lou, and you're listening to Real Talk with the Director on Dollhouse Radio.
Hey, what's up? It's Logan Browning, and you're listening to Real Talk with the Director on Dollhouse Radio.
Real Talk.
Hi, this is Alana De La Garza, and you're listening to Real Talk with the Director on Dollhouse Radio.
Hi, I'm Diane Franklin from Better Off Dead and Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures. You're listening to Real Talk with the Director on Dollhouse Radio.
Hi, this is Monique Capri, and you are watching Real Talk with the Director on Blog Talk Radio.
Hey, I'm Stormy Maya, and you are listening to Real Talk with the Director on Dollhouse Radio.
It's Vicky Judy, Orange is the New Black, and I'm here with Real Talk.
Yo, what up? This is Jay Ellis, and you're watching Real Talk with the Director on Dollhouse Radio. Keep it locked.
Hi, I'm Frida Parks. You are listening to Real Talk Radio with the Director. Hey, I'm Issa Rae, and you're watching Real Talk with the Director on Dollhouse Radio.
All I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
Nothing more, nothing less. What's going on? Welcome to another edition of Real Talk with the Director and the Jedi Council. I'm the Director, and I'll be with you for the next 120 minutes or so. Real Talk is brought to you each and every Monday by B2S Media. We broadcast live via the World Wide Web on YouTube.com/IE Network TV and the social network Facebook and Twitter, aka X. So, happy Monday, people. I'm back. We skipped last Monday. It was my birthday. And yeah, it was my birthday. That's all I can tell you. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday and shout out to all of the Libras out there. Yeah, I mean, and I gotta give a special shout out to my October Scorpios. October Scorpios, y'all in the building. I F's with y'all. Of course, my Libras. I mean. Yep. And let's see. So happy birthday to everybody out there. Yo, so anyway, we're back again, man. We doing our thing. So let me bring my mic up a little bit. Let me test it. There we go. Yeah, so we're back. I chilled, did some production and productive stuff on the birthday, and that's pretty much it. So today's show, we're gonna go over a few things. Yo, so the new another biopic. I wanted to do a list of there's so many biopics, man. It's kind of hard to narrow down to a Mount Rushmore, but I want to first make a list of biopics that I thought were some of the best, and then maybe from that I could comprise a Mount Rushmore for myself. Speaking of biopics, or whether they're authorized or unauthorized. So the film The Apprentice has been out for a couple of weeks, and that's obviously a film based on it's not just about Donald Trump. It's about kind of like somewhat of an origin story. Meaning origin, of course, meaning his rise, things that him being mentored. It's called The Apprentice for a reason, because that lawyer, what's his name? Cohen, Roy Cohen, he was Donald Trump's mentor. And so the film kind of dives into their relationship and what Trump learned from him, which, if it being true, he pretty much implements these key factors to this day. He's been doing it, and we'll go into some of that. Good evening to the chat room. What's up, y'all? Joseph, Tanner, of course. And so Trump was everything he knows, his whole playbook was taught to him by one Roy Cohn. And the movie obviously has been controversial because it was released now, right in the heart of election time. And so, a lot of people who are Trump supporters and stuff like that, they're not too happy about that. And the Trump campaign isn't too happy about that. They're not happy about the film at all. They've already, tried to stop the film, but it's a very complex thing when you talk about things. The film is based on a book that was written by this reporter or journalist, not reporter, journalist. I believe it's kind of it's based on, says here, examines Donald Trump's career as a real estate businessman, 1970s to the 1980s. Roy Cohen, relationship with him and Cohen. Yeah, so that's what it is. It's actually being released. It was picked up and released by Briarcliff Entertainment. Now that is a small studio, but they have their distribution services, and they have no problem picking up what would be considered controversial themes. They also recently acquired Magazine Dreams. That was the big Sundance hit starring Jonathan Majors. So they will be putting that out as well. So yeah, they obviously like to go to festivals, and if a film does well in a festival, they're definitely looking to acquire it, put it out, give it an opportunity to flourish, right? It's Briarcliff Entertainment, their independent film genre, independent film company. Yeah, out of Santa Monica, California. So they're putting it out. The New York Comic Con was this weekend, or last weekend. Or was it this? It wasn't this weekend. It was the weekend that just passed. That's what it was. I mean, from what I could see, nothing super special came up out of there. This was more, if anything, a DC showing than Marvel. Marvel didn't really do much. They had a couple of panels. They had the Daredevil Born Again panel. I don't even know if it was a full panel. It's just promoting it because, Daredevil Born Again, we already know that Disney has decided they had pushed it back, and originally back then, because Disney was trying to take nice breaks in between their content, so people don't get this what has been known to be called superhero fatigue, which, I mean, that is what it is. I'm not really a subscriber to that, but they're doing, they just don't want people to, they don't want to bombard people with show after show, movie after movie. So right now they got Agatha All Along, which is doing very well, actually. Great, we're getting really good reviews, getting good feedback, and I haven't jumped on it yet because I want to binge it. I'm a binger, so I'm kind of waiting. I'm seeing people pop things up, but I'm kind of waiting to see what happens there. And then, of course, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame 2024 induction service was went on over the past week, and they inducted quite a few people, amongst them Ozzy Osbourne, Cher, A Tribe Called Quest, Mary J. Blige, and I want to say maybe Dave Matthews, something like that. I don't remember who was the other person, but amongst them, cool ceremony from what I saw. I'm gonna rewatch it, but I think that I thought the A Tribe Called Quest was a very, very good segment of inducting those gentlemen. And rest in peace to Phife Dawg. Inducting those gentlemen into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I thought was nice. Mary J. Blige and Cher. I thought Cher was already in. I did not realize Cher was out. Maybe she's in with Sonny and Cher. I'm not sure, but I thought Cher was already in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but apparently now she is. So we'll talk about a few things like that. Like I said, I'd like to run down some of my top biopics in relation to us talking about this new biopic that's out now, The Apprentice. So we'll go with this. I'll go to Weekend Recap, which is brought to you by BoxOfficeMojo.Kizom. And for the weekend of October 18th through the 20th, number 5, We Live in Time. Made $4.2 million. Released October 11th. It's now at only $4.6 million. So that was out. Number 4, Beetlejuice made another $5 million. And I figured they were smart to kind of leave it out in the theaters too, because as we enter closer to Halloween. So Beetlejuice made another $5 million, which puts the total worldwide at $434 million, 283 million point nine domestic. Nice run for Beetlejuice, for it to be a film that's 30 years later, or whatever it was, even more, over 30 years later. Okay, number 3, Terrifier 3. Terrifier 3 made what did it make this weekend? It made $9.3 million, and it's total at $41 million worldwide right now, $36 million domestic. It just came out October 11th. That's the Terrifier 3. Number 2 was The Wild Robot, made another $10 million at $197 million. I don't think this film, because this film wasn't promoted a lot to me. I know people were saying, "Oh, it's a great film. It's one of the greatest films," but it definitely did not do the money that I think they was expecting it to do. It's at 100. It's almost at 200 million worldwide, but it's been out since September 27th, and I thought honestly it was going to do way more money than that. Number 1 is Smile 2, made $23 million. It was released October 18th, so it's opening to $23 million all around. $22 million domestic, $23 million international, for a worldwide total of $46 million on its opening weekend. Smile 2. The first one was creepy as you know what. So, but we'll talk about it. Let me get my Jedi Council in the building. Bring y'all in.
Hello, how's everybody doing tonight?
Hello. Alrighty. Yeah, the Wild Robot. I thought it was gonna do more money than that. I don't think it got a lot of promotion though. I heard like all I saw from the promotion was like it was a great film, getting rave reviews, heartfelt film. I'm sure it was, but I thought by now after coming out,
Wait a minute, Wes, what's going on with your microphone? You sound all gargled.
Sound gargled?
There you
hear
go.
Me?
Now I can hear you.
Oh, I turned away. That's why I turned away from the mic. Yeah. Let me just straighten the path up a little bit.
I don't think that's what we should be talking about is the abysmal failure of Joker. Oh my God.
That's right. We didn't really get a chance to pick that up because we took off last week. Yeah, we will. We might as well go ahead and get on that.
Oh my God.
Joker,
what a piece of crap.
Foley I do. Yeah,
Foley
like I said,
took a do. That's what it is. Foley took a do. Oh my God.
So, okay. From the all right. So yeah, definitely did. Let me mind while I'm still over here at Box Office Mojo. Let's pull up Foley do.
And you know what the funny thing is? I was telling I went to see it, and I told someone on that Sunday. I said this movie gonna be on Blu-ray by Christmas time, and then Monday morning they announced it's coming out right before Christmas. It's like they already ripped it off. They already writing it off.
Actually, it's gonna be I think it's coming in like the end of the month or like early November.
Yeah, they already wrote it off.
They already wrote it off. Yeah, it only made 56 million domestic. 56 million.4 domestic gross since it's been out on October 4th. 135.6 million international for a worldwide total of $192 million and some change. It opened in 4,102 theaters. It's been in release for 17 days, 2 weeks. And it is definitely a huge failure. And I'll talk very briefly about a lot of reasons why it's a huge failure. We did talk a little bit about it. We did kind of talk a little bit about it, but it's a huge failure because of what we did talk about.
We talked about last week.
Yeah, we did. Well, not last week, the week before, I guess, wasn't it? Were we on last week?
We did. But then last week we didn't come on, but last week it dropped 81%. That's like goddamn.
Yeah. I mean, it had a lot of flaws. It had some good moments, and every time the moments got good, they broke out in the song. So I was just like, oh man. Yeah, it really hurt. The what he tried to do really hurt. And then I was talking to someone who said, oh yeah, so apparently the filmmaker, this is what I heard. I didn't hear him say it, but someone was telling me that they read somewhere that the filmmaker, Todd Phillips, actually said that this was never meant to be not saying it wasn't meant to be a Joker film, but Arthur Fleck was never the Joker. He was always Arthur Fleck. And this serves almost as his story. And now that I heard this, if this is true, it makes it even worse for me. But supposedly, allegedly, this story was served as an inspiration to the actual Joker that we know. So, which kind of explains why he did that ending, which I thought was a stupid ending anyway. So he left it open where you could interpret that the young guy that killed Arthur Fleck, and I'm not even gonna say spoiler alert because ain't nobody going to see it apparently.
Y'all not missing nothing.
Yeah. The young guy who kills Arthur Fleck, allegedly, they tried to leave it open and hint that this could have been a young version of Heath Ledger's Joker.
Yep.
Right, because you saw him proceed to cut a smile on his face, right? After he stabbed Arthur. So the so-called, what they were saying was like the filmmaker wanted to tell a separate story, and this Joker would be the inspiration for, because you see the whole town basically became consumed with this Joker persona, and the person who actually rises up from this is not Arthur Fleck, but it would be the Joker, the clown prince of crime that we all know. Right? Nah, I was just like, nah, that makes it worse for me. And I understand it does click when people say, with that being said, because think about this. Remember that whole thing they did with Bruce Wayne, with him being so young and this, that, and the other. Well, the Joker, even though they portrayed it in the Michael Keaton Batman, the Joker isn't that much older than Bruce Wayne. He was never that much older than Bruce Wayne. So they portrayed it that way in Batman, Michael Keaton, Tim Burton's Batman. He was pretty, he was like, it looked to be like he might have been maybe a teenager or very early 20s when Bruce was like, whatever he was, 10 or whatever. So the way they portrayed it in that Batman, he was probably a good 10, 15 years older than Bruce. Not that bad, not too much older. But the way Arthur was, and when he runs into Bruce, he was quite a bit older than this Bruce. So them basically saying, okay, yeah, Heath Ledger. First of all, leave Heath Ledger's Joker out of it. Heath Ledger, rest in peace. Leave him out of it because you messing with something that is masterful, a masterpiece in its own. Don't touch it. You did your own thing and you made your own quote unquote masterpiece with the first Joker. So doing this, whether you want to call it homage or whatever, wasn't necessary. Shouldn't have been done. But yeah, it was a failure. It was a complete failure at the box
Abysmal
office.
flair. It's got to be said, abysmal. I mean, a friend of mine was asking and said, Ralph, is this the biggest failure? Is this worse than Flash? Like, yes, this is worse than Flash. It is worse than Jupiter Rising. It is worse than whatever.
The Flash wasn't a bad movie.
You're right. It's not a bad movie. It's Shakespeare compared to this. I'll just be honest with you. Right. But the truth of the matter is this is abyssal failure because of such the pedigree that the Joker, the first one, had. When we thought it might have been a failure, and then we saw it, and we were sitting there like, "Yo, what the hell did we really just see?"
Don't include me in that week.
Not you, but some people thought that it was a bad idea to do the Joker, but then we all saw it, and we were all like, "Yo, what did I just see? I just saw this brilliant piece of artwork, and you come with this second one and this trash." Like,
and what did I say? What did I say when they first announced that they said they were going to be making this a musical? What did I say?
Musical. You ain't
wrong
watching.
move. Wrong move.
He said you ain't going to see it.
But even with that being said, there is no way I would have thought that last weekend it would have fell over 80%.
I'm surprised it only fell 80%.
Only thing worse would have been them yanking it out the theaters. That's all. It would have been worse.
And that's exactly what needed to happen. I hate to say that, but that's exactly what needed to happen. That movie should have just been. They should have just pulled it from the theaters and put it right to HBO Max or Max, whatever.
Now I'm be honest with you. You know what they should have did? They should have pulled that one and took Batgirl out the library and put that on a big screen.
Might as well.
Might as well. It might have been a whole big improvement.
I'm gonna tell you this.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be writing somebody a letter if that thing, when it comes to digital, which apparently is going to be coming to digital pretty soon. If they're talking
next
about
month. Next month.
Okay, so next month. So let that thing come to video next month and let it be more than $20. I'm not buying it either way. I don't want to know. I ain't going nowhere near it. But if they do anything like what they did with Alien Romulus, I am still pissed off about Alien Romulus, and that I can't. I love the movie, but they want $29 to buy the X-ray version.
Oh, the X-ray version.
Well,
yeah, the X-ray. It's like the it's like a DVD with bonus features, basically.
Oh,
yeah. Also, I read somewhere that Alien Romulus is supposed to be getting a VHS release in honor of the first Alien film.
Who's going to watch it on VHS? Who really still got a VHS player?
I don't know.
that works and
Maybe they're
plugged
gonna
up.
use it. That still works. Maybe they're gonna use it as a way to sell VHS players to people. But I did read that. Yep. Supposed to get a what you call it, at least. So Deadpool. Speaking of box office, Deadpool and Wolverine, which is now on streaming and
Blu-ray
stuff.
Blu-ray tomorrow.
Blu-ray as well. Yep.
Tomorrow.
Deadpool and Wolverine has surpassed Barbie in the domestic box office totals. So it finished with a domestic total of 636.3 million compared to the 636.2 million of Barbie. So it just passed it. It's now, as of this weekend, a global gross of $1.336 billion worldwide. Right? That's Deadpool and Wolverine. Deadpool 3 cool globally with a worldwide haul of 1.446 billion. Oh, wait, no. So how come it says here? Well, oh, okay. I'm sorry. It says global grosses. Okay, yeah. It was, yeah. So basically, it's made a whole lot of money and surpassed Barbie. That's funny. I'm starting now. You could tell when it becomes available because you start seeing the reactors reacting to it. Because I watch a few reaction videos of people who react to certain films. And now all the reactors that I follow are starting to get Deadpool and Wolverine now, so they're starting to react to it, which is funny to me because I'm looking at it like I don't believe a lot of these cats. I don't believe you didn't go see this movie in the movies. You know, you're
Exactly.
reacting
I don't
to
believe
it,
that at all.
acting like you're reacting to it, acting like you never seen it, and I'm like, even if you've never seen it, there's so many pieces of it on the internet. It's impossible that you didn't come across something. So for you to sit there and watch it and react to it, acting like you've never seen any part of the movie, it's hard to believe that, as popular as this movie was. But not impossible, because I haven't seen Barbie and it sure made $1 billion. So I have not seen Barbie. I don't plan to see Barbie. I don't plan to watch it. So
Stop with the Barbie hate.
maybe I'll do it. I just don't plan to watch it. Maybe I'll do that as a reaction video. Me reacting to Barbie. I can tell y'all right now, you don't have to watch it. This is what you're gonna see.
That ain't even right, man. That with the Barbie hate. You want to make that good? You want to make that good reaction video? The reaction video you watching Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, that's what I have to do. I got to do the reaction video, Lord of the Rings, and the Harry Potter series. I never got into those either. Never got into Harry Potter. Never really interested in it. So if I do reactions, first I'm gonna start with Lord of the Rings because everybody that's always run the same thing on me. How you call yourself a director and you ain't never seen Lord of the Rings?
Listen, that's a valid point.
Here we go. No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, that's a very valid point. I don't care how much you do not like fantasy. That movie would that movie was, all three of them was
masterful.
Yeah. I mean, literally a master class on how to direct fantasy.
Wow.
See, I think
I pay for master class, and I'll just look at Ron Howard's master class.
But you know something
now Ron Howard ain't got. And Ron Howard is dope, but he ain't got nothing on.
Well,
what's
he got
Whoa,
Willow's pretty damn good.
Whoa. Don't say that he ain't got nothing on this guy. Ron Howard.
He got some joints.
Yeah, no. Ron Howard got some joints, especially what's him call it that the race car movie that he did. I love that
Yeah.
movie, but
Yeah.
Didn't Ron Howard direct A Beautiful Mind? Did he direct
Yes, he
that?
did. Apollo 13.
I didn't
Like
like A Beautiful Mind. I didn't like A Beautiful Mind. Apollo 13 was just as fake as the real one.
You gotta like Cocoon. Love Cocoon.
Yeah, Cocoon was dope.
Cocoon was good. Cocoon was good.
Mm-hmm.
But now, Kev, now that you said this, it got me sitting here thinking. We always doing our like we're gonna do our top 10 list about maybe because Wes said that maybe we should do the top 10 movies that you should, as a director, you should are required. 10
I don't
movies
think
that
Lord of the Rings is a requirement. I don't give a shit what y'all say.
Yeah,
I don't think that is.
I don't know.
Tell me,
No, it
it is not a
absolutely is.
requirement.
It absolutely is. Just like what's them call it is a requirement. House of Dragons and what's them call it.
Oh my! No,
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
House of Dragons is a requirement for a director.
Yes,
I don't think
writing and directing. Film set locate. Listen.
I don't know about that one, but I would definitely say The Godfather is a requirement. It's one is certainly I'm gonna say Godfather, Jaws, Star Wars, probably Citizen Kane. I'm going to even put in that list. It's either Psycho or North by Northwest. I feel like I want to say more North by Northwest, but Psycho is more. I don't know, but certainly maybe it's not put in
Psycho
the films. Maybe it's put in the directors that should be a requirement for study.
Maybe. Maybe
That's the more
themselves.
Yeah, maybe more the director themselves than the actual film.
Maybe.
So saying Hitchcock, Spielberg,
yes,
DeMille, nowadays Nolan, I would probably say Spike Lee. Those guys, maybe that's a different way of putting it. Instead of the actual films, more so for their body of work. Like if you look at their entire bodies of work, like you could take notes from what they did. Camera and like Kevin said, camera angles, locations, the writing, the cinematography.
Right.
Though David Lean, those are things that you need to look at more than just this one. Because let's just sit there and say like we're talking about Ron Howard, where now he wins an Oscar for A Beautiful Mind, but Kevin said I didn't like it. But you got to look at them. But look at his body of work. We're not gonna sit there and say that Ron Howard is a scrub, although he hasn't done anything.
Backdraft, man.
Backdraft was the man. But though lately he hasn't done nothing lately that you want to break down the door
lately.
for.
I mean, I'm just saying out of body of work, Ed TV, Ransom, Backdraft.
Gung Ho.
Those were groundbreaking films.
Yeah. Night Moves.
Man.
Love Brokers.
Da Vinci Code.
Yeah. I didn't like the other two. The other two ones I didn't like, but I did like the Da Vinci Code.
But the Da Vinci Code, yeah. Yeah, if you want to talk about recent, then maybe whatever. But to me, Beautiful Mind was I thought Beautiful Mind was wonderful.
Yeah, but I would include Nolan and the guy who I think there's two guys who I don't think could notice that they should. Michael Mann, I don't think he gets noticed that he should. And
so now if you want to break these directors out and say that it's a requirement to study them as directors, and then you can highlight their most notable film. Then if you want to take who's direct, it escapes my name right now, from the Lord of the Rings.
Peter Jackson.
If you want to take Peter Jackson and say, let's look at Peter Jackson's work, but I mean he's obviously more known for the Lord of the Rings stuff. And say, okay, break it down in that aspect, then me personally, I would say, okay, yeah. Like if Peter Jackson, I was not lying. I literally do have a subscription to Masterclass, and if Peter Jackson came on Masterclass, of course I would watch it. I'd watch it, because number one, it's a different type of directing to take on this massive work, right? This massive project that is probably, I don't know, 50%, CGI, but but you still have to direct. It's a whole nother skill set to direct that type of film. So I'm not taking away from it, but I would say, in my opinion, I don't know.
The subject matter, like the whole sword and sorcery thing, is just like,
not my thing. But also it's adapted from novels, so I mean it's not original. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean,
wait.
I would like
Since when the Godfather ain't original? That's from a book, ain't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, but the person who wrote it is the person who wrote the book. So it's a little bit different because it's adapted into a film, but the actual writer is the guy who wrote the novel. So, yeah, like I said, man, I guess
that might be a good subject for later on.
Yeah.
Like me, I like David. I like David. He's the other guy I think doesn't get credit that he really deserves. David Fincher. Yeah. He does not get nearly.
Yeah, Fincher's good.
But man,
matter of fact, one of his films is on my list of biopics. That would be The Social Network.
7 between set for him. I would tell people to see 7, The Game, and probably Gone Girl. Those 3 alone, you'd be like, wow, just wow.
But see, now here when let me look at Peter Jackson's body work, because I've saw
he did The Frighteners. If you ever saw The Frighteners, that was a good movie.
Yes. Other than his, the stuff that he's known for, King Kong, I remember that. I did watch that. I watched The Frighteners. But I mean, before that, it was pretty much not much that I saw, and he pretty much has lived on the the Hobbit stuff. The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings. That's pretty much what he's kind of lived off of. So
true.
Once again, if it's about taking on, especially for when it first started, because that first one came out in 2001. So going from the Frighteners to this massive work, that alone would be interesting to watch behind the scenes. I probably would watch. I'll watch anything that's behind the scenes or making of. I would watch that, and maybe, just maybe, it would make me interested in watching the actual movie. But yeah, I would definitely watch the making of, but I don't know if it would interest me into watch. Same thing with Harry Potter. I have no desire to watch the Harry Potter films.
I would say it's about the Harry Potter films. If you want to say that they were for kids, they are for kids. But about that,
that's okay.
Maybe the 4th one, when it really started getting deep into what's going on with Harry Potter, it got a whole lot different. It got a whole lot more mature. Mature.
Well, I guess so, as he started getting older and stuff like that.
No, but not the fact that Harry of the cast, the material. It just seemed like it started taking on a more mature tone than the first 3 ones. The first one, like he's just getting there, yada yada. But then around the 4th one, it just started taking on this much more ominous tone to it. That might have been because Curion came and he started directing, and he's definitely different than Chris Columbus. It's a vast difference, but it just looked like the whole series just grew up quick. Now you get into the meat and potatoes of the story of Harry Potter, not the fluff when getting there. Now you're really getting into the story. That was my take on it.
If you want to say that Peter Jackson is, when you watch these films, like I said, taking on this massive thing, and maybe even use him as an example on how to, if you want to say it's essential for you to watch it if you want to be a fantasy film director. Like if you maybe you could say that. Just like you could say study Hitchcock. If you study Hitchcock, that is some of the basic principles of thriller / horror writing and directing, I should say, more so. If you study Hitchcock, right? Hitchcock has shots that he was doing that people still do to this day in horror films and or thrillers. So nice little study on that. Yeah, it's something for the and once again, as a response to the reaction, that would be my reaction video to watch Lord of the Rings. I have to do that, and my son, who is a big fan, he wants me to start watching rewatching. I started watching it, and then I don't know what happened. Maybe I was working. I don't remember what happened, but I jumped off of it. I never finished, not even close to finishing The Wire. And he wants me to watch that, and I know it was good what I saw. I only saw a few episodes. And I did like it. It wasn't that I didn't like it. I don't know. I got sidetracked, and maybe I didn't have HBO. Maybe I had HBO, then I didn't have HBO, because when that was on, you was watching it on HBO. So I don't remember what stopped me from watching it, but I did. So he's like, "Come on, man, you gotta watch it." So I'm gonna watch The Wire. Go through that, and I don't know if I could get through Lord of the Rings. Maybe I'll try to watch one of the shows or something. I don't know. It's so much material though. So I'm like, I don't know. I think I might be better off getting into Game of Thrones, something else I didn't get into either. So
I
heard about it every week.
Yeah, I started watching Game of Thrones when I was in West Virginia, and when they killed off Sean Bean's character, I was like, "This series is not going to last. This is how you going to kill off the main character?" But
and they
just kept going. Kept going.
Easy. There is no main. There is no
main character.
Well, I'm saying you know that now, but when it first come on, you don't know that.
When it first came on, you didn't know that. Yeah, that's what made it so. That's what made it so addictive to people, because they were, there's literally reaction videos of people when they watched Game of Thrones, like people bawling, crying, like with the Red Wedding and all that stuff.
Red Wedding was.
People were just like, "Oh my god!" And
that had to be the most brutal thing I ever saw. That was just like everybody could catch it. Everybody got it.
Yeah. Right. And
even
so I'm just like,
even the what's them called, the tears, not the Trail of Tears, I forgot what they called it, but when Cersei had to do her walk through the town for atonement.
Yeah, and she was naked. They were throwing stuff at her. Yeah. You kind of felt bad for her.
Kate, I didn't feel bad for that bitch. Katie Mack was on Facebook visibly crying. And that's what made me go back, because I had tried to watch Game of Thrones 3 times, and I kept, because I was just ultra tired, and I just kept falling asleep, and then one day I made myself stay awake. I was like, I'm gonna watch this, and it was after I saw Katie Mack, her video that she posted of her watching
Yeah,
her
she was.
walking her walk to atonement. That girl was bawling, crying. I was like, what happened? And
Yeah,
I went
man,
back and
so
watched that one
crazy.
clip, and I was like, okay, yeah, I'm going
I
back
get
and watch
it.
this from the
Yeah,
beginning.
it's the Red Wedding. What I'll tell you what. It wasn't that. It was when my ex-girlfriend, who doesn't really like sort of things, she said, "Ralph, did you see the Red Wedding, Game of Thrones?" I was like, "The what?" And when she started telling about it, it said, "I need to watch it because she's watching it." You know, that was
My
like,
wife
that's
loves
what.
it. My wife loves that show.
That
I
was
didn't watch it though. I was just like, I did the same thing. Kind of happened to me with Kev, but I just gave up. I tried to watch it like 3 times. I kept falling asleep, so I gave up. And I don't fall asleep on stuff, man. I'm usually, if I sit down to watch it, I don't fall asleep. If I fall asleep on it, you have lost me. I have no interest in it. So, or I'm just super, super, super tired. But I don't fall asleep on movies. Like when I
Yeah,
sit down and watch one, I watch it. But if I do, then I just had no interest in this film. And I
wow.
always fall asleep. I fell asleep on Game of Thrones. I fell asleep on Lord of the Rings. I fell asleep on, like, it was funny. It was like all of those type of films I fall asleep on because I never
Yeah,
had
I know I fell asleep because I was just ultra tired every time I tried to watch it. And
yeah.
then finally, like I said, I saw Katie's reaction to that. Then I watched that, and then I was like, okay, I'm going to do this again, and this time I'm going to do it. And by this time, they were almost at the end of season 7 when I started watching it, and I
So
went all the way back. I went all the way back to the beginning. It took me 2 weeks to binge that whole thing. I basically didn't sleep for 2 weeks. I came home from work and I watched Game of Thrones. I went to work, and if I was the only one in the office, Game of Thrones was on. And I got that thing. Oh, I got caught up to it all the way up until the final season, when they were about to launch the final season. And man, it was such a ride. I've re-binged Game of Thrones now 3 times.
mm. Yeah, I like I said, I gotta work my way up to that. Um,
But the
so it
red,
looks like Joseph is in the chat room putting his top 10 look like vampire films. Maybe he's doing it in
Yeah.
the honor of Halloween amongst us.
well, no, and also because Nosferatu is coming up soon.
Yeah.
Nosferatu coming up, and that trailer looks really good. They
And
did
Salem's
debut.
Lot is dope, Joseph. Check out the new Salem's Lot.
They did show the trailer for the newest trailer for the Wolfman at Comic-Con this weekend, and the trailer looks pretty decent. He hasn't put his number 10 yet, but he has number 9. He has Buffy the Vampire Slayer 1992, the actual film, not the show, not to be confused with the show. He has at number 8 Love at First Bite. That's such an underrated film. A lot of people
Love it.
didn't see it. You know, it's 1979. I mean, that's one of the that was actually very, very funny film.
Was that was one with Jeff Goldblum?
No, that's
Nope.
Vamp. That's
That
Vamp
was
with Jeff
Vamp.
Gold. That's Transylvania 6500.
Yeah,
okay.
Love at First Bite was with
George Hamilton.
George Hamilton was the vampire, and yeah, that was funny. He has at number 7 Blade.
Okay.
Blade. Then he's got at number 6 An Interview with the Vampire. at number 5 for Joseph's list is Horror of Dracula. Is that says Horror of Dracula? Yeah. Horror of Dracula, 1958.
Yep.
Yeah. Now, number 4, he's got Fright Night, 1985, and
Good
Fright
choice.
Night, 2011. I'm going with Fright Night 85 over 2011. Number 3, he has Bram Stoker's Dracula, 1992. Number 2, he has The Lost Boys. And number 1 on Joseph Tanner's list for vampires is From Dusk Till Dawn.
Nope.
Not number one. Not number one.
Well, I mean, that's number 1. So, yeah, it is what it is.
I would have switched. First of all, Bram Stoker's Dracula would have been number 1. From Dusk Till Dawn would have been number 5 on my list.
His number 10 is John Carpenter's Vampires.
And that would have been my number 3, because
that'd have been way higher on my list.
That movie scared the crap out of me. That scene when they were driving down the highway back to the hotel and the vampire came behind them in that pickup truck. That freak! I didn't sleep for a while after watching that.
Was good. You know what was crazy about that? That kind of freaked me out is the fact that they didn't sleep in coffins or nothing. They slept up in the ground.
They was just willy-nilly sleeping in the dirt.
Sleeping in the
3
dirt,
feet deep.
like dead people do, I guess. But I mean, they wasn't in no coffins. They were just in the dirt. So yeah, that was cool. It's a good list, Joseph. Good list. Solid list. I would rearrange it a little bit. If I was going to keep all your films, I would rearrange it a little bit, but I would definitely add in Underworld would be on my list. Underworld would be on my list. I know it's vampires and werewolves, but it's you experience the film through the eyes of a vampire. So I'm calling it a vampire film. Yeah. The vampire is the protagonist of the film. So
and they packing heat.
They packing heat.
They packing real heat.
When I first saw the trailer, I said, "Wait a second, these cats are shooting sunlight bullets basically at these vampires, ultraviolet bullets." I said, "I am in. I am in." I was like, "Yo, they're shooting silver bullets. Bullets are pretty much loaded with silver, and the werewolves were shooting ultraviolet bullets. They were basically shooting sunlight at them.
UV rounds.
And not for nothing, a black
UV
man
round,
wrote that.
Yeah.
And not for nothing, a black man wrote that.
Yes.
Kevin wrote that.
Yes, he did. Yes, he
wrote
did.
And starred in.
Huh?
Big old dude, but
wrote and
he
starred
wrote
in it.
And starred in it.
Yeah, and starred in it. He was great. Oh, it was great, man. I mean that film series was awesome, but that film was memorable.
The
man.
first one was the shit. The second one was the third and fourth one. It just
all of them were good, but the best one was Rise of the Lycans. I don't care what nobody says.
Rise of the Lycans was good.
Rise of the Lycans.
That didn't even have Kate Beckinsale in it.
Nope.
And it was really good though.
I had Rona Mitra, like Jesus.
Yeah, Rona Mitra. Yeah. Who also, I always say her because she must love playing a vampire because she played a vampire in that show that I really like that got canceled by ABC.
The Gates. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what she's most famous for? She's Lara Croft. She's the model for Lara Croft in the original video games.
In the video, in the video
game.
I
never played Tomb Raider.
She's the she's the Lara Croft model in Tomb Raider. Yeah.
I think I might have played.
Sorry, I think missed opportunity. My girl Lauren Cohen should have been the new Lara Croft. Man, I think she would have been a good Lara.
The girl we got to play the new Lara Croft was dope.
No, I'm not saying that she wasn't, but I mean, I just felt that was a missed opportunity because they were looking for another one, and Lauren Cohen, I think, would have been a good. She's a little older now. She's too old to play her now, but when she was at like the peak of the Walking Dead, she would have been a good.
Who, Maggie?
Maggie, yeah, that's Maggie.
No, hell no.
Nah, she'd have been good.
Nah, as Laura Croft, nah.
Yeah, she'd have been good. She got the body for it too. What she did.
Joseph,
she don't know. She still got the body. She still got the body, but I can't see her as Laura Croft, but she still got the body.
Wow.
Imagine being able to see her as, don't even get me started, so I start getting all upset. Imagine being able to see her as the Flashpoint version of the Joker, alongside Jeffrey Dean Morgan as the Thomas Wayne Batman.
I'm not y'all. I'm not like listen. I am not letting y'all get me in my. I've been dealing with politics. I've been in my feelings enough the last couple of weeks, and especially after I watched Pierce Morgan the other day. He had Lord Jamar, Mark Lamont Hill, and Candace Owen on there. And boy, let me tell you something. Boy, I almost broke my.
You try to put yourself 6 feet under.
I almost gave myself an aneurysm yelling at my TV screen in the kitchen.
Wow.
So I'm not gonna let y'all do it to me with this.
Your remote. Yeah. Now, speaking of, well, I don't want to say speaking of politics because we don't speak of politics on here, but we are talking about the Apprentice that's been out. Is the biopic, unauthorized biopic that's basically chronicles the rise of
jerk off. Oh, I'm sorry.
Donald Trump. Yeah,
I'm sorry. I didn't mean that, y'all. I didn't mean that.
Of Donald Trump, as he's coming up and becoming the mogul and this and that and the other, and it chronicles really his relationship with Roy Cohn. It really chronicles the relationship with him and Roy Cohn, and how Roy Cohn taught him everything he knows.
Be the asshole he is.
Be a jerk off.
But taught him everything he knows, and taught him three basic principles that he still uses to this day. And that being rule number 1, attack, attack, attack. Rule number 2 is deny everything, admit nothing. And rule number 3 is no matter what happens, always claim victory, never admit defeat. These are principles that this man practices to this day, and he's still doing it. Like, just did it not that long ago. So
yesterday.
And here's the stupid part. And this is why after I say this, I'm muting myself. And here's the stupid part. And here's why I won't go see this movie. Because this jackass is doing it, and he's taking what that dude taught him completely out of context. And that's just because of the narcissist in him.
I mean, I don't know if he's taking it out of context, because the guy who taught him to him was a POS himself.
Yeah, he was. He was.
Yeah.
But when you're a narcissist and a piece of crap, and you don't, anyway, I'll let y'all talk about it.
The film is, of course, obviously the quote unquote controversy of it all is the release of it being right now in the middle of an election year, election time. By the way, everybody go out and vote. Make sure you go out and vote. So Sebastian Stan plays a young Donald Trump on his come up. He's learning from Cohen, who becomes his mentor, shows him all of the ropes and how to do this. He basically, honestly, when you think of those 3 principles, he basically just taught him gaslighting 101. You know what I'm saying? Like, because people are, at the end of the day, are sheep. Not all people, but a lot of people are. if you say something enough times, people start to believe it, whether it's true or not. If you deny something enough times, people start to believe you, whether it's true or not. So it's gaslighting 101, right?
Well, it would have been a great execution if he would have taught him how to be a businessman. On top of that,
Right.
and how to handle finances,
right?
He would have been. He still would have been a jerky treat, but he would have been at least a financially okay jerky treat. You know what I'm saying? You file bankruptcy
exactly.
you file bankruptcy 6 times, and
so it also interesting enough. It goes into where it also talks about a lot of the things that you kind of just take from other people and make it your own. It did, interesting enough, talk about during the Reagan years,
another asshole,
how they took his slogan of "Let's make America great again." So a lot of people, it brings a lot of insight to some people that may or may not know. And the funny thing, that playbook has been used over and over again because his wife was doing it to other people. She was taking Michelle Obama speeches and regurgitating them. So it's an interesting film from what I saw. I spoke to someone today that saw it, and they were like, they thought it was interesting. It was, Sebastian Stan is becoming a very good character actor, like where he's starting to play these characters, and because I have to give him credit. When I saw him in that Tommy Lee and Pam series, like he really did his thing as Tommy Lee. I was like, wow, that was a very, very good portrayal of him, at least based on what we've seen Tommy Lee in the news and stuff, on television. Whatever. Another good, speaking of biopics, there's another film where actually Machine Gun Kelly portrayed Tommy Lee in a film called The Dirt. That was a film about
Yeah, I
Motley
ain't
Crue.
see that.
It was actually
I've been
pretty
meaning
good.
to see that.
Wasn't bad at all.
Oh, was that the one was that the one that came on TV or Netflix or something?
It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was actually really good.
That was good. But yeah, so it Jeremy Strong, Sebastian Stan starring it, Maria Bakalova is playing Ivana Trump. And it's got some very heavy situations in here where it says, and obviously they talked about that during it killed at Cannes, at the Cannes de France Film Festival. Standing ovation, it killed. It's got a 80-something% on Rotten Tomatoes, if you believe those guys. I'm not a big fan, but they do have a 80% fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. It was standing ovation at the Cannes Film Festival. There's a scene in there though, where he basically I will put the G in front of the word and call it grape, because I don't want to get demonetized. So where he grapes Ivana.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a scene in there for that. Yeah, and it says they get married, blah, grows resentful. Oh yeah, it gets into a lot of interesting accounts, and a lot of this stuff was based on, I think, like a book that was written by I think the guy who wrote the movie wrote the book as well, or article or something like that. He was like a journalist. Um, he wrote also. It says here he published the biography about Fox News Channel President Roger Ailes called "Loudest Voice in the Room." Right, and I think from his, I think also from his notes, memoirs, they might have created that movie Bombshell. Some he didn't produce that movie or nothing like that, but that was the movie about the three hosts, Fox anchors that were
Oh yeah,
uh,
yeah.
sexually assaulted by Roger Ailes over at Fox. And we'll say I don't SA. You gotta be real careful on YouTube because YouTube is really sensitive about those words and they will demonetize the channel.
Hey, the truth is the truth.
It's so stupid you get demonetized for speaking English.
Yeah,
exactly.
They get really sensitive about those words. So I even said the word and probably shouldn't have said it, but SA and all it up. And yeah, I see a lot of yeah. Speaking of which, getting demonetized, I forgot the name of the channel. I'm not going to shout him out anyway because it's just going to give him more props. But he's a channel that supports. He pretty much published most of that chick Jaguar Wright stuff, and his channel is in. It is being threatened of being demonetized because, obviously Jay-Z they have now poked the bear and woke the bear, and now Jay-Z is not going to, he's never going to do it loud. He's going to do it quietly. He's going to make calls, and this is his way of trying to basically stop Jaguar Wright by going around spewing his name everywhere. He can't sue her because she ain't got nothing to be sued for. She's broke.
I don't know, man. Tevin Campbell, he first won.
Oh, he going after.
He going after her.
Yeah, good. He should. I mean, he's gonna do it anyway. Just like, you know what? Whatever you might be getting from these people having you come on the show, I want that too.
And this is a lesson, kids. Do not go into the industry, whether it be movies, TV, or Broadway. And if your shot does not go off the way it's supposed to, do not walk away bitter.
Don't get salty.
Living a bitter, salty life will get you nowhere.
Yeah. Will get you nowhere but sued or whatever.
And what she better hope is, well, you know what? I'm not even gonna say that. Because
I say it gets you hurt, shot.
Yeah, but we won't assume that's gonna happen.
I'll say maybe not, but this one disassociated with. People will back away from you like we jumping off the Titanic. If you acting salty because you didn't get your shot didn't work out and you want to drag everybody down with you.
Right. Yeah, I mean, but I just think that regardless of the fact, that's exactly what she is. She's a bitter person that did not make it in the industry, and you want to blame everybody.
And she's mad at everybody from Alicia Keys on down. And if she say one more, I better not ever see her in person. So I'm gonna curse her out, talking bad about Alicia Keys. She will leave Alicia Keys alone. I don't care. She is a home wrecker. So what?
Yeah.
I'm I used to be friends with Alicia Keys. I'm saying used to be, so I'm not going to comment on that one about Miss Wright's accusations about Miss Keys. I'm going to let that pass. I'm going to slide. Because then that'd be me being salty. So no, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it.
Okay. So the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame was taking place over the weekend or the week, whatever, and whenever they did it, this past week. 2024 inductees included Mary J. Blige, Cher. This is the performer category. Dave Matthews Band, Foreigner, Peter Frampton, Kool and the Gang, Ozzy Osbourne, and A Tribe Called Quest. And the Musical Excellence Award went to MC5, Jimmy Buffett, Dionne Warwick, and Norman Whitfield. Interesting. I'm seeing this picture of Norman Whitfield, and I'm just now. It's the first time I've ever actually seen a picture of him, and I think the guy they casted him in that Temptation movie, the guy who always plays an a-hole too, actually does kind of look like him. That's the same guy from what's that called? What was that movie called? It was a big ensemble cast with Vivica Fox and there were not Big Mama's house, but they went to the Sunday dinner. Soul Food. There we go. Yeah. The same guy who was in there who was talking about, yeah, your girl, she got them legs like a Coke bottle. Yo, and he was talking to the husband, talking about something. He called her Cola. He's like, who the hell is Cola? Oh, that's a little something we used to call her back in the day. Yo, he got his ass beat. But that guy, he always plays like an a-hole in a movie. But they casted him as Norman Whitfield. I think that was him. They casted him as Norman Whitfield. I'm pretty sure that's who they casted him as. I think that was him in the Temptations movie. Because he was a Motown guy. But now that I look at this picture of him, I'm like, wow, he does kind of look like him. So, and Norman Whitfield, for the people who don't know, that's the guy who wrote a lot of the hits. He wrote for Motown. He wrote a lot of the Temptations hits. He was the dude who wrote, it was Smokey Robinson writing all of their love hits. My Girl, The Way You Do Things You Do, but that was all Smokey. Smokey was in their love era, all of their love song hits. But then the darker songs, I Wish It Would Rain, Papa Was a Rolling Stone, Cloud Nine, like those were all written by Norman Whitfield. So he wrote those. He was the darker side tone of the Temptations, which was still great hits. I Wish It Would Rain was that's a great song. So anyway, A Tribe Called Quest obviously goes in, and it was a very good nice little induction. Dave Chappelle inducted them. He talked about his experience with them and what they taught him, and he thanked them for kind of help bringing him back to the main eyes of people, because after his long break, it was them that brought him on I think he said Saturday Night Live with them, which kind of brought him back to the public eye and stuff like that. So I guess they made it happen for him to be on there with them on that. So he thanked them for that. Mary J. Blige went in. I didn't see her induction speech. And I don't even know who inducted her. I'm not even sure who inducted her. Cher threw me off. I thought Cher was already in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I would think she would have been by now.
She was inducted by Zendaya. On the category performer. I don't know. So Mary was inducted by Dr. Dre and Method Man. Okay. we all know, had Sean Puffy Combs not be in jail and in the situation that he was in, it would have probably been him inducting Mary J. Blige into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That would have been my biggest guess, because he was with her beginning of her career, Uptown and stuff like that. He's the only one Lana left from Uptown, still alive. There's no more Andre Harrell, Harry D, all of them are gone.
Mm-hmm.
So it would have been Puffy. It definitely would have been Puffy inducting Mary J. Because Dr. Dre, his relationship with her started way later in her career. Method Man, okay. They have a great relationship, and of course they worked together on Power. They had the songs together back then. Yeah, but that would have not to say it would have never happened, but that happened because of Puffy.
Mm-hmm.
As far as the All I Need remix, that was Puffy who brought that to play, and did that version that everyone, that's considered now the radio version. The video version was redone by the RZA, because he saw what Puffy did with it, and he wanted to get another crack at it. So he did the video version was done by the RZA, redone by the RZA, but she was not on the original version of it. So Kool and the Gang, I saw a little bit of that. Who inducted them? Kool and the Gang was inducted by Chuck D. Well, inducted by Chuck D of Public Enemy. And so that was cool. I only saw some of the. I'm still trying to. It's probably on Hulu by now, because I think Hulu was covering it. I think it aired live on Hulu, as a matter of fact. But now you usually have to wait like a day or so before it's like up there again. And Norman was inducted by Jimmy Jam. Dionne Warwick was inducted by Tiana Taylor, who I believe is going to be playing her in a biopic. Which is kind of like the theme of tonight, right? So
she kind of looks like her a little bit. She favors her a lot.
She does favor Dionne Warwick, which is one of the reasons why she was picked to play her. She was cast to play her. So yeah, she's going to play her in a biopic. Ozzy Osbourne was inducted by Jack Black. Jack Black inducted Ozzy. A Tribe Called Quest, we said Dave Chappelle. We already said that. Peter Frampton was inducted by Roger Daltrey. Foreigner. Sammy Hagar inducted. Foreigner. I didn't see that one. Dave Matthews Band was inducted by Julia Roberts. I do remember that.
Why the hell would they get Julia Roberts to induct the Dave Matthews Band?
I mean,
exactly.
She must have some sort of
she must know him or
personal
something.
connection to them. Yeah, must be some sort of personal.
I mean, it's nothing against her, but number one, number two, I don't understand why it took them this long to induct the Dave Matthews Band. It makes no sense to me. This is why I don't like watching the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, because they be on some boat with some BS. Bands, there are bands that should have been in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Led Zeppelin, half the people that you mentioned tonight, especially the rock acts, should have been in there. They barely. Ozzy Osbourne, Ozzy Osbourne, when they first started doing the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, within the first 10 years, he should have been in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Just from his work with Black Sabbath alone. He should have been in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, which I think he did get inducted
Probably
for.
did go with Black.
I think he might have went in with Black Sabbath, so I'm going to take that back. But you know who I love listening to? Oh God damn it, what's his name? He used to do the rock show on MTV, and now he's on Sirius Radio. Oh God,
It's
what's that
Adam
white guy?
something. It's Adam something.
No, not Adam. Oh, what's his name? Y'all don't want to talk about. He used to do That's Metal show on MTV, and now he does the now he has he has a channel on Sirius Satellite Radio. He does. Oh God damn it, what's his name? But I can't. His name will come to me. But every year, this dude complains about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Number one, he complains about the inductees. Then he complains about. I remember when the year before I got COVID, and I think it was when Janet Jackson got inducted. No, Missy Elliott. It was when Missy Elliott got inducted. And yeah, that was after I got COVID because that was 2001, I think. But anyway, Missy Elliott had got inducted, and me and my client at the office got into a heated argument because I can't remember this guy's name, but he always complains about. He's like, why is it called the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame if you got all of these people in here that are in the Hall of Fame who are not rock? Yeah, and the metal guys never get in, but you got all these other acts to get in. And then me and Kevin was talking, and Kevin was like, "Well, who the hell is Missy Elliott? What does she do? What does she do?" I said, "What does she do? What does she do?" I said, I sounded like I sounded like what's his face when he was on the Breakfast Club, Soldier Boy, when he was like, Drake.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Suzanne DePass also got in.
See, she should have been in the Hall of Fame. I mean, come on.
Yeah. So Suzanne DePass was inducted by Berry Gordy.
Damn, he's still alive?
Under the Musical Influence Award, Big Mama Thornton. Yep. She also in the Musical Influence Award. So yeah, I mean, I hate talking about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I have to say it. I hate talking about it with white people because you get those type of questions. Well, why is it called the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame when they're starting to induct people who are not rock and roll? This is what the question that you're always going to get from uninformed or misinformed white folks. So, and I'm like, well, what is rock and roll, people? And a lot of the stuff that, well, I get into this whole thing with them. That's why I don't even answer the question anymore. And I'm like, oh boy, here we go. It's Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, not the Rhythm and Blues Hall of Fame. I said, well, what the hell you think rock and roll came from?
Well, I would say, dumbasses, if you did some research, don't you know 3 of the first people into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame are James Brown, Ray Charles, and Sam Cooke? And Fats Domino? They're the charter members of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Charter, the inaugural class.
Yeah.
So what are you guys talking about?
But
Go sit down. Go sit down.
It shows you that they're uninformed, misinformed, or just don't the unaware. I don't care, Negro. I don't care, people. They just don't really, either they're just unaware or they just don't care and they just want to have something to complain about. All right, so yeah, I mean, congratulations to A Tribe Called Quest. I thought that was very cool of them. A lot of people in their little piece that talked about it. You had Andre 3000, who basically said there's no Outkast if it wasn't for a Tribe Called Quest.
Very true.
Right. Then you had who else spoke in there? Mary. I think Mary said something. Oh no, Lauryn Hill was talking about them. Who else appeared in their thing?
Eddie Trunk. That's what that guy's name is.
Who?
Eddie what?
Eddie Trunk.
Eddie Trunk.
Who the hell is Eddie
Yeah,
Trunk?
yeah. He used to do That's Metal show on MTV way back in the day when MTV first started. And then he branched out after whatever happened at MTV. He branched out and he got his own show on Sirius FM. He has his own talk show, and he talks nothing but like rock and roll and heavy metal. But he's really like a heavy metal. He's a metalhead, but he he hates the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He goes off every year about whatever, because there's either somebody that should have been in there that wasn't in there, or somebody that should have been in there with the rest of the band, but they didn't include them for whatever reason. Like Ronnie James Dio, when he finally got inducted, it was like they were getting a lot of crap from people about Ronnie James Dio. Ronnie James Dio is one of my favorite rock stars, and he's been in almost every band, and not almost every band, but he's been in a lot of metal bands. He was one of whatchamacallit, God damn it, I just said their name.
Led Zeppelin?
Yeah, no, not Led Zeppelin. With Ozzy's band, Black Sabbath. He was with Black Sabbath. He did when they kicked Ozzy out of Black Sabbath. he did an album with Black Sabbath. Totally changed their sound. Ronnie James Dio he was with Rainbow. He wrote for it's just awesome, just an awesome metal star.
Yeah, well, he complained. He complained.
Yeah, he complains he goes off on a rant. Like he'll go on 20-minute long tirade about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
I was very happy when they inducted DJ Kool Herc. That was last year.
Yeah, that was last year.
That was good. That was definitely good. And Dolly Parton, I remember she went in 22. That was funny in 2022 when she said.
She said, "No, I'm not going to that. I'm country." They're like, "Wait, what are you talking about, dumbass? Accept the award."
Exactly. Yeah. I'm still waiting for one of my favorite groups, Hall & Oates, to get in there. They got to get in there. Hopefully, get in there before I pass away.
Oh, they're not in there yet.
They're not in there yet, man.
That's going to be a long time. That's going to be a long time coming. And not only is it going to be a long time coming, but it's the part about getting both of them to show up at the same time, because because the funny thing about those two is they perform. They'll do a show together. They'll perform together, but outside of that, they do not talk to each other. And I got a feeling I don't know the behind the scenes story, but I got a feeling it's over some coochie.
It's over money. It's
over
money. Yeah, they're
over money
about it. Yeah.
Well, Ralph. That's going to be a man. That would be something to see, because I would love to see who they would get to induct them, and who they would get to perform. Some of their songs. I
love Hall & Oates, man. Hall & Oates got me through high school.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Hall & Oates. Yeah, the fact that Hall & Oates is not in there is insane. I mean, that's going to be interesting when they do go in. First of all, when I hear stuff like this, man, it really hurts my heart. Hall & Oates don't F with each other no more.
Man. They straight up and down. They'll straight up and down and be like,
wait a minute. Scratch everything I just said. Hall & Oates is in there. They are in there.
They are in there?
I just saw it. I just looked at it. I'm looking at the inductees. They are in there. They went in on 2014 on their first nomination. Because I'm about to say, hold up.
That makes sense.
Valid.
That makes sense that they went in on their first nomination. That makes sense. I'm happy about that. I'm very happy to hear that. I'm very happy to hear that.
I was also cool with I was happy when the Foo Fighters went in. I was cool about that too. I was like, yeah, because he was already in with Nirvana.
Yeah, Nirvana. Yeah.
Dave Grohl. Dave Grohl was already in with Nirvana.
Is the Chili? Wait a minute. The Chili Peppers need to be in there.
They're in there.
I think they are in there. I think I just saw it. I think I just saw their names.
Chili Pepper better be in there.
I know my boys. Told me they're up for this Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I don't know if Nordy is going to get into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That's going to be a lifetime party. They get in there. City East Orange going to go crazy because it's like now we got three people in there, and probably got 2 more to go that will get into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Don't know if the Fugees make it or will Lauryn Hill herself make it.
Now they would put in the Fugees.
They'll put them in as the Fugees.
If they would put them in as the Fugees, because Lauryn Hill could. Respectfully, I couldn't put Lauryn Hill in without putting the Fugees, because she only had one album, and she was introduced to the world through the Fugees. So if you was I don't know if they'll make it anyway, but
I don't either.
I don't think they stay together long enough. You know what I mean? It was just, I mean, they got one of the better hip hop albums of that time. The Score.
Yeah.
It's a great album.
No, just a great album. It's a classic album.
Yeah, it's a classic album. And then her album, another classic album, which was just
me and your brother's song. How many mics? Yo.
Oh yeah, on the Score. Yeah,
yo.
How many mics? David Bowie in there, of course. You needed him in there. I mean, he was in it. So there's a lot of people in it now. But
looking at music today that's currently playing, who do you think really got the best shot to get into this down the line?
Billie Eilish and her brother.
Down the line, possibly her.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Gaga and Beyonce, but I think Beyonce got to go in. I think she got to go in twice. She got to go in with Destiny's Child and then a solo act. If they do that, I don't even know they even do that.
She's gonna go in as a solo act first. I guarantee you. And I got a feeling. I don't know why I keep getting this feeling that Beyonce might die early. I got a feeling it's going to be posthumously that she's going to go.
No,
that's dark.
That at all.
Okay.
That's real.
But that's dark. Okay, out of nowhere, you think she's going to die early? But,
I don't know. I just don't. For something. So I just got this weird feeling that she's not going to. I don't know. It's just weird. I just feel like something's going to happen to her.
Okay. All right, better question. Based on what's going on, do R. Kelly or Puffy ever get in?
No, they're not. Well, it all depends. Puffy is up for debate because he has not been convicted of anything yet. So that's up for debate. Probably not though.
But no, I mean, because Puffy, one, he hasn't written anything. The only thing Puffy could probably go in as a producer.
Yeah, as a producer. He'd go in as a producer and a music producer. Yeah. I mean, Puffy, people can hate. I mean, he's getting his karma for how he did a lot of the artists, but Puffy's contribution to the hip hop culture is undeniable. As a producer. Undeniable. So yeah, I was just talking about this with today with somebody who was saying, because we were talking about, we never got that verses of him versus JD, Jermaine Dupri. I think that would have been a good versus. They work with a lot of the same artists, more so Puffy but Puffy had more hip hop artists than JD, but he did work with a lot of the same artists. And JD, technically, pound for pound, is more talented than Puffy because he actually writes songs and he produces songs as well. He messes with the beats, and he's actually more talented than Puffy in that aspect. Puffy is, if anything, his
Flash. Showmanship.
yes, his showmanship, his not just that, he is a visionary. His idea, I mean, think about it, with just coming up with Bad Boy, and what he did with Biggie. Let's not forget, Biggie Smalls went through the hands of a lot of people before it got to Puffy. Eric Sermon passed on Biggie Smalls, and Eric Sermon at the time was red hot. He was down here in Atlanta. It was after he was doing all that stuff, and everything was working for him. He passed on Biggie. There was other cats that passed on Biggie. A lot of people passed on Biggie because they didn't know how to market him. And it was Puffy with his vision that took Biggie and marketed him into Big Papa, right? All of that stuff, that era. You go back to Mary J. Blige. Absolutely, Puffy would have been inducting her if he wasn't in this trouble he was in. He is a big reason for her success, her early success, I should say. Now, but her early success. Puffy is a big reason.
Well, the remixes for her stuff, because her original stuff was done by that other guy.
Eddie F.
What? Yeah.
What's his name?
No.
Ralph.
Eddie F from the
Yeah.
Untouchables.
Yeah. No, I know that, but he produced that My Life album. Puffy produced that.
Yeah. The My Life album,
which is arguably
her best album.
Yeah, it's arguably her best album. I get it.
Yeah.
I get into that argument all the time. I mean, it's not my favorite album, and in my opinion, her best album is Share My World. That's my opinion. But
Share My World is a dope album, but arguably her best album is My Life. Let me tell you something.
Yeah,
it really
is. I don't listen. I don't know. And this goes for dudes and girls alike. I don't know nobody who wasn't, when that album came out, who wasn't dealing with something.
Yeah.
Like it seemed like when that album came out, it seemed like everybody was going through something, and that album helped carry you through.
It was one of those things, man. And that's why I'm gonna say right now, people can say what they want. I hear people, Mary J. Blige can't sing and blah, blah. Let me tell you something.
My brother-in-law used to say that. I used to want to punch him in the mouth. Like, man, shut up. You mad?
My cousin's husband says, "Hey, she can't sing. Like, look.
Mary J. Blige belongs where she is, in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I'm very happy that she got inducted. She deserves to be there. She was consistent for several decades. A couple decades. She was very consistent. You remember when she came out? What's the 411 was her first album, right?
Yeah.
That came out in what?
1992.
1992. What's the 411 came out?
1992. Because that's when me and Michelle had the Daytona, and I used to. You know how many tickets I got? Oh my God! Listening to that album from the back.
I mean, so you think about that. She has so many hits that's just become the soundtrack of our life.
Changes.
Yeah.
The last song of the album, before the CD came out. Let me tell you something. I hit the auto rewind on that so many times, man. Listen, I tore the Southern State up to that and Sade's Love Deluxe album. Those are the two albums of '92.
Yeah, and let's also get it straight. Puffy also produced that album.
Yeah,
it's the 411.
Yeah, especially the remixes.
He was with her from the beginning of her career. All right, he is down as the main producer and the executive producer of that album.
But he also screwed her over so much she wouldn't work with him until
for years.
For years. She wouldn't work with him.
I'm not saying say Puffy don't deserve being in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as a producer. He certainly does. He certainly does.
He does.
What I'm just sitting to say,
if you go by his body of work,
I'm saying that more because the Rock and Roll, if you really look at it, they have a bunch of people in there that have been convicted of a crime, but they looked at, they said, okay, you got convicted of crime, but we're more worried about your musical aspects. What did you do on wax? Was it worthy or not? So when I look at Puffy,
he was still a producer.
Well, I
say the same thing about art, and I think that same argument comes up whenever R. Kelly gets set to go in the Hall of Fame. If you base it just simply on his work,
he's got to be. Well, first of all, he's got to be requested. Ain't nobody putting their name on the ballot.
No one's gonna put him on the ballot. Neither one of them.
From what I understand, then they go by how long you've been in business. I think it's like 30 plus years in the business. So if he's got 30 plus years, he's automatically on the ballot. Now, will people vote for him? That's a different circumstance. That's a vastly different story.
That's not happening. Unfortunately, I mean, R. Kelly definitely.
That will be a box. That will be a box that will never be that box will never be checked ever.
Yeah, no, it'll never be checked. But I'm saying, aside of all of this garbage that he's in right now, and him being in prison, of course, he based on his body of work, his contribution. Yeah, I would put him in. I'm just saying based on strictly on that. Right? Not only remember, he's also a songwriter that wrote big hits.
Oh yeah, he wrote hell of a lot of songs. Yeah,
for other people. So, he would definitely. But yeah, based on body of work, absolutely, Sean Puffy Combs or Diddy, whatever y'all call, whatever people call him, Sean Puffy Combs belongs in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame based on body of work. Period. And his contribution to the culture of hip hop. If the Hip Hop Hall of Fame, he most definitely should be a first ballot person in. If the Hip Hop Hall of Fame, he should be first ballot. He pretty much but he fostered the 90s hip hop. Pretty much in the the 90s going through 2000s, yeah. The 90s going into the early 2000s. I mean, you think about it, it's like crazy. But who else you think could make? I don't know.
I think I like his movie. I think Pharrell somewhere down the line he could possibly be up in there.
Yo, his Lego movie was pretty dope too.
It was damn. I was like, yo, I was surprised how good it really was. I really was, But I think Pharrell got a legitimate. Yeah, I think he got a legitimate shot.
What'd you say, Wes?
I said, what about Timberland?
Oh, listen. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
If you put Missy in there, yeah, Timberland.
I definitely can see Destiny Child going with Destiny Child. They didn't put them in, right? No. I can see Destiny Child. Yeah, I don't know about Beyonce by herself, but Destiny Child definitely.
No, I think Beyonce going by herself before she goes in with Destiny Child.
Yeah, I would. I don't.
I think you got to put
Destiny Child.
Put Destiny Child in there first, and then come back to Beyonce. Now Beyonce might be the first person to get a group and a solo induction the same time.
Yeah.
She might get both.
What about so Destiny's Child.
Sade needs to get in.
Oh yes, Sade. Yeah, I say Babyface, he needs to get in.
Oh yeah,
Babyface, Terry Jam and
Jimmy Jam. They're in already.
Oh, they
They
are.
are.
Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis already in. Janet Jackson inducted them.
Oh, okay, that's
As
right. That's
they
right. That was like
inducted
2 years
her.
ago. That was like
Yeah,
what 2 years ago they ended.
right, and they inducted her in.
But like some people, like I don't see Drake going in. I don't
Nah,
see Cardi going in. I don't see Megan going in. I just
none of that.
don't.
None of
I
that.
might be on a limb with saying maybe Lil Wayne, and that's a strong maybe. Strong maybe.
You know what? I can tell you this. I
Nicki
know
see her going in.
for a fact. Out of these three,
I can see Nicki going in.
Nikki's gonna go in eventually.
It's just tough.
Depending on how many more albums Meg Thee Stallion puts out and how long she crushed the charts, she might eventually make it in. Cardi B, I don't see after this next album, I don't see Cardi B making any more music after this.
First
I
of
think
all,
she's gonna
Cardi
be done.
B has still not even made her sophomore album.
Yeah.
She may not ever make music anymore. She hasn't even made her second album.
And
She's
that's
been
what
doing
that's what goes to make me think that somebody is writing for Cardi B because it don't make it makes no sense. You keep saying I just don't have the right music. I just don't have the right music. You just don't have the right writer.
You keep jumping on someone else's
gets pregnant.
Right. You keep jumping on somebody else's track. Like, hey.
No, I'm gonna go on a limb. I'm gonna go out and say I don't think any of them are making it into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
I don't either.
With the exception of maybe Nicki Minaj. Maybe. Because her longevity, she was able to withstand she went through a drought where they were trying to cancel her, and she made it through that. And now she's kind of back out there, still doing her thing, and she has some big. I don't see any of them getting in, but
Nikki will make it in if she fixes her damn attitude.
Yeah, that ain't that ain't happening. So no. What about Crazy Kanye? Does he get in?
It's possible. It's possible, but I don't
know. That's gonna be another ballot box that will never be unchecked. Because even though in my mind he didn't say anything anti-Semitic, unfortunately, they believe he does, that he did, and that's a wrap.
He probably won't get in. Yeah, he probably won't get in. But out of the hip hoppers of today, I don't know, man. Usher, I could see Usher going in.
I see Usher.
I could definitely see Usher going into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame because of his accomplishments.
Unfortunately, Chris Brown is going to be another one that's going to be denied.
That's never going to happen. No,
I see Tony Braxton going in.
I could see Tony Braxton. Mariah's already in, right?
I might see Adele. I could see Adele in there.
Possibly.
Yeah, eventually, Adele.
I think Adele still needs to make some more music, though.
Shit, no, hell no. Adele, in my opinion, Adele can get in right now because, like I told people when her first album dropped, I bought that album as soon as it dropped, and upon listening to it, I said, "Watch what this album does for the rest." And for a solid 18 months, almost.
Yeah, all you heard was Adele. That's
all you heard was Adele, and then she went on tour. She took a break, and then came 21 or 20 or whichever one it was.
Right.
That came.
She has those albums, and yes, but what I'm saying is, we already know that if you're saying that the consideration is 30 years in the business, all right, she ain't got nowhere close to that yet. So, how long has she been in the business? Maybe 15.
Yeah,
if that.
Maybe so.
If that. So 30 years. That's what I mean by you gotta make some more music. You can't 30 years from now, we can't go on these few albums. that ain't you got to continue to make some.
Listen.
It said. It says her.
I think she can, just because, even though I know they said, the 30-year whatever, but just her impact on the culture alone in her short lifespan in the industry is just insane. Like,
Well, it says here she started. Her first album came out in 2008. So yeah, she got a long. She not was like almost 2040.
Yeah.
Damn, he gone.
It says musicians become eligible for induction into the Hall of Fame 25 years after
25
the release of their first recording. So it's 25. Maybe they lowered it to 25.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, explain to me why Iron Maiden ain't in there. Explain to me why there's a lot of groups that ain't in there.
Wait a minute. I think Iron Maiden
is in there.
Did they get in there?
Yeah, because they did Breaking the Law.
No, they didn't do Breaking the Law.
They didn't do that?
No, that was
that was
the gay guy.
That was the other guys.
God damn it, why can't I think of the name? The gay guy. They kicked him out of the group too because he was gay.
Wow.
And drugs. What the hell is the name? Why can't I think of their name? Oh my God, why can't I think of their name?
Metallica?
No, not Metallica. No. They're
Why
and
can't
also
I think of their name?
they're also, because that dude is that dude is they're like kind of satanic too. Why can't I think of their name? Why can't I think of that dude's name?
I can't think of that.
Oh God damn it! Hold on.
Judas Priest. You talking
Priest?
about?
Yeah, Judas Priest. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Judas Priest actually went in though. Iron Maiden may not be in.
Yeah, I don't think Iron Maiden or Metallica.
Metallica may not be in yet, but Judas Priest.
It looks like Judas Priest is in. It looks like Judas Priest is in because I see a reference for them.
Yeah, they're in.
Yeah, because I think when they got inducted, he wasn't there. The lead singer from that album, the dude who sang "Breaking the Law," I don't think he was there when they got when they got inducted. If they did,
Guns N' Roses is in, but yeah, I don't see Iron Maiden either.
Yep, here it is. And once again, the institution's voters snubbed them, possibly because of Maiden's antipathy, possibly because they just don't like metal. But much like Black Sabbath, the Sex Pistols, and Axl Rose, artists who gave the organization the middle finger but were inducted, or as
right. Well, yeah, Axl Roses went in with Guns N' Roses, obviously.
Guns N' Roses,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. But
he didn't go in as a solo act.
No, I mean he shouldn't have went in as a solo act, in my opinion. Yeah. So yeah, I'm trying to think, Ralph, before I move on. I think that's a good question. I don't know, man. I think definitely Usher. I said him.
I think Usher. I think Usher, Tony, Babyface. At some point,
Babyface should have been in already.
But I think at some point you got to start looking closer at New Edition. Do you put those guys in there?
Yeah. Of course. Look how they've been in long enough. They've been in the business long enough. That's for sure.
But I think you got to give real consideration to New Edition. And not for nothing. I mean, because if you start thinking of people like New Kids on the Block, you can't think of New Kids on the Block without New Edition.
No, you can't. Nah, you gotta go with New Edition. They would have to go in first. It's time for them to go in, man. They've got enough business. They got enough, and they've been consistent. Because New Edition, yes, the group New Edition, but because of New Edition, they still it's almost like you gotta look at them like the Wu-Tang Clan, right? They have they're branched off and have their solo joints. and then they come back together as New Edition, right? So
that's interesting. Does Wu-Tang get it? Does the Wu-Tang Clan get it?
I don't know, but I tell you one thing: they ain't nothing to f with. That's for sure.
Yeah.
The Wu-Tang Clan. I don't know. Maybe they were their hip hop. I mean, their effect on the culture was huge, and and they were global, especially over in Asia. They were big, so very big global. Wu-Tang Clan. That would be funny. But going away from hip hoppers, if you're not gonna put Puffy, who by body of work deserves being there, what about Jermaine Dupri? What about Jermaine? If you can't put Usher without putting Jermaine Dupri. Jermaine Dupri pretty much carved out Usher's career.
This what I'm gonna say about Jermaine Dupri.
And remember, he wrote most of Usher's stuff.
But this is what I'm gonna say about Jermaine Dupri, where I give him credit, why he should go in. Even if you think of him as a producer, legitimately, the guy broke 3 acts. He created 3 acts. Escape, The Brat. You could say Usher. So yes, I think
Bow
you
Wow.
have. Yeah, Bow Wow. Right.
TLC. He was involved with TLC in their early goings.
Well, that's really Ellie Reed and Babyface, but he helped. But I'm saying someone that Jermaine Dupri just found and broke out there.
Right.
Yeah. So if you were going to sit there, and Crisscross, definitely Crisscross, right? So that's really speaking 4 acts that the man broke, developed, and became their own entities beyond him.
Right.
So I think,
and remember, and just I think it's important to point out for people who may not know, Jermaine Dupri was writing a lot of that material. He wrote all the Crisscross material. He was writing for Bow Wow early in his career. He never wrote for the Brat, but he like
he's on
I said
a lot of her
before,
stuff. He's on a lot of her stuff.
He did a lot of her stuff, and he's on it. But he wrote, what a lot of people don't know is he wrote a lot of Usher's stuff. Like almost everything he worked on with Usher, he wrote. He wrote Confessions. He wrote the the song Confessions. It's like, what? You got it bad. Like, these are all Jermaine Dupri was writing these songs. And then he took Mariah Carey on her second wave of her career.
Resurrected her
career. And put out, when she did that, he resurrected her career, because this is post Tommy Mottola, Mariah Carey. So
I'm gonna give him the yes. The one knock I give against Jermaine Dupri is like, bro, wait a minute, I gotta put the camera on. See, I got the fade on. Bro, you had Janet Jackson and Let Her Go. That's your biggest knock. Sorry.
For that alone, you should not be allowed in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Maybe how they do it?
Dude.
That alone, you sorry, bro. You get no love from me. You had Janet Jackson. You had Penny in her prime.
Yeah,
and y'all
don't forget
broke
about
up.
Penny. You had Charlene in her prime.
You had Justice. And you let her go.
Wait a minute. I had to step away for a minute. But But I'm judging by the commentary. Y'all must be talking about dumbass Jermaine Dupri.
Yep.
I was saying, as far as body of work go, though, I would consider him, but
no, because he made poor life choices. So no, he does not get it.
Oh God, poor life choices. Well,
Hey, I can't. Hey, wait, hold on now.
nah, but Jermaine Dupri wrote.
Hold
Hold
on a second. Hold on a second.
You got it bad.
But what you broke up or you caused a breakup with Janet Jackson? That's a bad life decision. I'm just saying.
That's my point being. And let's just keep going. Just keep
That's
naming off
enough
the
right
list.
there.
Just keep naming. Just keep running off the list.
That's the end of the list right there. That's all. You broke up with Janet Jackson. I don't understand. I mean, look. Wait, I put the camera.
And the funny thing is,
I just gotta
check this
ask,
out.
what did Janet Jackson do that was so bad that you two that she had to leave you? Or what did you do that was so bad that she had to break up with you? Because she was talking about you like you was going to be the husband. The next thing you know, you gone.
He didn't have enough money, and he was probably out there screwing around. And that's why she's not in America anymore, and she's in London talking about Kamala Harris ain't black. If it's Janet Jackson, I bet not ever cross Janet Jackson's path in the airport. Her or what's his name from American Idol? Big brother, not Randy.
Ruben Stubbard. Ruben?
No. Her brother.
Oh, Randy Jackson.
Yeah, Randy. Yeah.
That's not.
That ain't her real brother, but okay.
Yeah.
But Randy Jackson?
Randy Jackson. Yeah, Randy Jackson. That's not Randy Jackson, her brother Randy Jackson.
That's a different Randy Jackson.
Different Randy.
No, that's a different Randy Jackson.
Yeah, I know. The Randy Jackson from American Idol is not her brother, Randy Jackson. Her brother, Randy Jackson, is Randy Jackson from the Jacksons.
Janet's brother Randy is still rocking the S curl from the 70s.
He's actually her manager.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The Randy Jackson from
American Idol was her brother. I don't know.
No, he's not related
because they got the same name. Just because they got the same last name, that's it. So people just. I mean, she does have a brother named Randy Jackson, but since you rarely see him, unless the Jola Jackson's out there, you would think, oh well, damn, that's Janet's
maybe
brother.
That's her brother Randy Jackson, but no, that's not. So he's actually they're very close because he like manages her. Or he's one of her managers because but
he's the one who told her that BS. So the hell with both of them.
So I'm thinking, anybody else that is left? I don't know.
I mean, I like Kev's Sade. I might make the argument for an Anita Baker. I might make the argument for Anita Baker.
No, I said Sade, but Anita Baker's another one.
Sade.
Definitely. And she fits the timeline.
And they got to put in the whole band, the band Sade.
The band.
I need the band.
It's got to be the whole band. It's got to be the whole band.
And Sade, if you listening, look, honey, I really need a new Sade album out now. I really need a new Sade album out now.
Ralph, I'm gonna tell you right now, she ain't got nothing to say. She did that one song for I forgot what movie that was. She did a song for a movie like about 2 or 3 years ago. I forget which movie it was, and that's so and everybody was like, more music from Sade? Nope.
Well,
remember what she said? Remember what she said? She said, I only sing when I got something to say.
I agree. Well, Sade, honey, if I can't get a new album, could I at least get like a farewell tour to see you on stage one more time? Could I get that at least? I'll sell for that.
I would listen. I still need to see her live. I'm so pissed. I'm still pissed off. I joined Facebook back in 2011 when she was going to do when she had released her last album, and they were doing like a special thing for it, a special code that they were doing on Facebook, because I wasn't trying to be on social media at all. Facebook had already been out for like maybe about a year or two. I was like, man, fuck social media, excuse me. And Sade was like, yo, I'm doing this thing, and in order to get it, you got to go on Facebook to get it. So I signed in Facebook under a bogus name and ain't been off it since. It got sucked into the social media vortex. But her and Anita Baker definitely need to be inducted. And like Wes said, the band, the whole band.
You know what I'm pissed about? You know who was in New York City last week, and I was in the city last Thursday, and I didn't even know it. That was doing the show live with Stevie Wonder. He was doing a live show at Madison Square Garden. Not this Thursday, just past 2 weeks ago. He was there live. He did a 2.5 hour long show, and I heard about it, and I was like, I said things like, "What?"
I am so
Stevie
angry.
Wonder.
Right now. I am so angry right now.
Well, I was looking on their the database of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and I could not find this woman's name. And it is a tragedy. Diane Warren is not in the Rock and Roll.
Oh, absolutely not. She absolutely is not.
She really?
Wow.
Absolutely is not. And that has been an argument for a very, 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 very long time.
What the hell?
As a matter of fact, I thought that she got maybe about a year or two ago, maybe 3, maybe just pre-COVID, I think she may have came up for nomination. I think. Because I remember me and somebody else having an argument about that, and they told me that she wasn't in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Wow, I'm surprised. But
Now,
yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, she goes in. I think that Celine Dion goes in at some point.
Yeah.
Bro, Diane Warren is on the Mount Rushmore of songwriters.
The Bee Gees, the Doobie Brothers.
They're in, of course. The Bee Gees.
The Bee Gees are in. The Doobie Brothers, I think, are in. But I don't understand why she's not in.
What you call it went in a few years ago. Oh God, Fleetwood Mac went in a few years ago.
Yeah,
I think Lindsey Buckingham went in as well by himself.
I think
you know, and Stevie Nicks went in by herself too.
Yeah, a lot of just 2 years ago, I think.
A couple of years ago, Stevie Nicks went in. Fun fact, people, Stevie Nicks, her song "Stand Back" was written to the tune of Prince's "Little Red Corvette."
Yeah.
And as she told the story, she was on her honeymoon when they were listening to Prince 1999 album. Little Red Corvette came on, and she listened to the keyboard line of it. And from that, just the beginning part of Little Red Corvette, she wrote "Stand Back" and told Prince about it and asked Prince would he come and play the keyboard line for "Stand Back," which he of course agreed to do. Came and did it, pulled up in his purple whatever car he had at the time, did the song, and he was gone. Like a thief in the night, he was gone.
Yo, did you hear
with smoke behind him?
Yo, did you hear the news story? Oh, God damn it. I don't know this basketball player's name. I know him by face.
Kevin Garnett.
Was it Kevin Garnett? Yeah. It was it was KD.
He basically confirmed, even though people knew that the story had already been confirmed from Charlie Murphy's story about Prince, being a good basketball player. But now you're hearing it from a basketball player who had his own experience with Prince playing basketball, and he was like, "Yo, Prince was nice."
No, he didn't say Prince was nice. He said he got hands. He said he got handled.
he was
like, he said, and he was out there with high heels and a blouse on. And
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. I don't doubt that at all. It sounds crazy, but I don't doubt that at all. That Prince was not doing it.
Yeah, but when Mickey Free confirmed the story, because everybody used to always say, "Is that a true story?" and Mickey Free was one of the people playing with them.
Yep.
And he was like, yeah. He was like, Prince was just knocking down jumpers.
No, they
Bottom
had
water.
After that, ESPN did a thing. They actually had Prince's high school coach on, and they were showing footage of Prince on playing basketball in high school. The guy had skills.
Yeah,
he had skills. There was no doubt about it.
And he had a full court in his house.
Yeah.
So he was, he didn't lose his skills. He continued to work on it, But so let's go. Have you thought about I made a list of biopics that, and this is not even close to what, still what I was thinking about. I wasn't able to narrow down to 10 yet, but I know that my top 3 or top 2, I know who will be in that. Malcolm X is definitely in that top tier. If it's not 1, it's maybe between 2 and 3. But my list that I got here that impactful, that I really thought were good based on not just the story, the portrayal of the characters, and the accuracy or realism of the content and the characters based on what we know of them.
Wait a minute.
So
wait a minute. Well, I gotta ask one question before you say your list. When we're looking at the autobiography, does it have to be the autobiography of their entire life or a segment of their life? Because that's where I was getting messed up at.
Yeah, it could be it's still a biopic. It could be a segment of it. Like, it don't have to be their entire life.
Okay. All right, then I changed my list.
And yeah, it don't have to be the entire life. Because, and then you can also remember biopics also kind of count as like, just films about real people, right? So, I mean, with that, you got to put films like Blow, that was based on real people, or Goodfellas, Donnie Brasco. Those are films like real people, and that's on my list. I have Malcolm X. I got the New Edition story.
Or are we just doing? Are we doing film and TV series?
It could be TV series as well, because I got the New Edition story on
I gotta change that again.
I got the New Edition story, which is kind of just like it's a series, but I'm not doing TV series, but I'm doing TV
miniseries
films, miniseries, yeah, specials and miniseries. So the New Edition story or the TLC one, that one was good. That was pretty accurate, and portrayal was awesome on that one. They portrayed them very well, all 3 of them. Keke Palmer, Drew Sidora, and Lil Mama, they really did their thing in that.
I still owe her a hug. I owe Little Mama a hug, because she played my friend, and she played it just like Lisa was. And I swear, if I ever meet that girl, I'm gonna give her the biggest hug and say, "You did your thing. You did your thing."
Yeah, Malcolm X. I got New Edition story. I got What's Love Got to Do with It. I got the TLC story. I got Selena. I got JFK, which is not about JFK, but it's about the lawyer who prosecuted the people going after JFK.
Yeah, which Selena?
Which Selena?
I thought there was only one. I thought it was just the Jennifer Lopez one.
There's 2, and both of them was good. So we got to pick which one.
I'm talking about the one that Jennifer Lopez portrayed her.
Okay, well the other one, your girl from The Walking Dead did.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Really?
That was on series, right? On Netflix or something.
I think on Netflix. I think
that was that a series? That was more of a series than a movie, I think. But I did Goodfellas. I have on here. I got Donnie Brasco. I got the Social Network. I got Raging Bull. Raging Bull was about Jake LaMotta. I got, and I just got that just basically because it was just a great film. I didn't know much about Jake LaMotta, so I can't really know. I don't know if that's why it may not make my list ultimately, because I didn't know enough about the subject. I got Blow, and for the same reasons, I didn't know enough about the subject for me to put it on my list. I got Hoffa just on the portrayal. Jack Nicholson did his thing in that. Um, Straight Out of Compton. This one because it was just of a gut wrenching performance. Till, oh my god, that's a film that I will never watch again, but I want to watch again, but I can't watch it again because it was just gut wrenching performance. I mean, a powerful performance by Daniel Deadwyler, and that's all I got on the list. I didn't narrow them down to 10 yet. I said Goodfellas, right? Yeah, I got that on there too.
Damn, he gone again.
Notorious, I put on there as well.
He gone again.
Who? Kev?
Oh, the football game is on. The guy that the Cowboys should have had, Henry, is running all over Tampa Bay tonight. It's not even funny. It's not even funny.
Yo, Henry is just he is doing it right now, man. Henry is killing it right now. I mean,
but he is running over the Buccaneers like it's not even funny. He's basically saying, "You guys can't do nothing to stop me."
What'd you say?
He's really acting like you guys can't do nothing to stop me. He's almost up to 180 yards.
Yeah, bro, the dude is a tank. Dude's a tank. Who's stopping him?
Nobody. I got some of the same movies that you have, like Malcolm X, but I want to include Ray, Hidden Figures, La Bamba.
Hidden Figures. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Great Balls of Fire. Bohemian Rhapsody.
Great Balls of Fire was good. I did like Great Balls of Fire.
Yeah. Like I said, Bohemian Rhapsody. I included Purple Rain.
I was the only reason why I took Purple Rain off my list because Prince confirmed that Purple Rain was not a biopic. It wasn't, actually. People think it was. It was just a musical film. It wasn't a biopic. It was a fictional movie. That's not how he came up. You know, it was just a film that incorporated a lot of people and things from his life. But it wasn't a biopic officially.
Well, that's okay. Then we can. All right. I also put Bird, The Insider. I really like The Insider. A Beautiful Mind, and just for the hell of it, Howard Stern's Private Parts. Debate me if
that was actually very good. That was actually
it was. Yes, it was.
Howard Stern's Private Parts. Very done, and he was. I had to give him credit because he portrayed himself in it.
Yeah,
I had to give him credit on that because I was like, why didn't he just get somebody to play him? And then I'm like, no, he actually did a good job.
Yeah,
can't nobody play Howard like Howard, I guess.
Yeah, I said just for the hell of it, I'm putting Private Parts because I think that was damn good. For someone that is not even an actor, he's a radio jock, but still.
Bohemian Rhapsody, for me, with that, for the portrayal itself, I mean, what was his name? Remy. What's his name?
Remy Malek.
Remy Malek. I mean,
he
became that guy, man. It was so good. Huh?
Freddie Mercury.
He became Freddie Mercury, man. He really embodied that. And it's so funny that because of dumb behind Bryan Singer and all the trouble he was getting himself into, he doesn't even get credit. He got credit for directing it, but that they really never promoted it. And a lot of the time, he wasn't even on set. He still got credit for directing it, though. I mean, obviously he directed it, but it was just, I don't know.
Yeah, so, movie too.
Huh?
It was a great movie.
Very good movie. I mean, Bryan Singer, I'm not a big fan of his, but he is a phenomenal director. He definitely knows how to direct a movie and tell a story. Yeah. I'll just say it. Usual Suspects. Enough said. You know, so enough said.
Not you. I'm looking at someone another Diddy thing. It's a Puff Daddy doll. It says PP Diddley. It's Puff Daddy in an orange suit with a bottle of Johnson's baby oil. Like,
oh my god.
It's just never stopping. It's just never stopping.
Nah, it's never gonna stop. I mean, to me, honestly, like I said, I don't obviously because of just on the karma alone, I don't feel bad for him, but I am tired of hearing all of this stuff. Like, go out and vote, people. Stop getting distracted. Go vote.
Exactly.
I didn't know we was doing this. But I can't.
Henry just
I can't just do movies. I have to include some movies that were done as docuseries. The first one is Griselda, the biopic of Griselda.
Yeah, that was mean. That was mean.
And West still ain't watched it yet.
I did watch it. What are you talking about? I watched it on. I watched it on the plane going to California.
Okay.
That was mean.
That's right. Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I watched it. Yeah, it was great. I love
it. They did her dirty in the end. I was like, damn.
But listen, my favorite part of the movie was when she showed up at the airport to pick them chicks up from Colombia. Oh my God. Oh my God. I lost my mind. I was laying down in my bed and I stood straight up staring at my TV. Like, what is going on here? And do you know most of those chicks? I think one of them chicks was her sister and another one was her cousin, because she employed a lot of her family members to be in this movie. And it's not listen. She ain't got an ugly person in her family.
Griselda was good. If that's the case, I would put in When They See Us.
Oh yeah, that was good too. Yeah. My next one, like West, Selena, Blow, Malcolm X. Then my next one is a series, Narcos. Man, that show is it's on Netflix. It's about the Colombian crime families.
I only watched the first season.
Oh yeah. You got to
that's a very, very good series. The Narcos,
and it's disturbing. And and my other the other show that I'm adding to this list is not technically a biopic, but it is, because it's talking about it's basically spinning the stories of some hood legends in California at the start of the crack era, and that's Snowfall.
Yeah.
Because it's man, that show is just crazy. And Idris, man, that guy he's a phenomenal actor.
That's real. My friend Missy got me watching that. That thing is mean.
Yeah.
I don't. But since you put TV shows in it, I know it's based off of a real life person. I kind of like, as a show, if it is autobiographical, The Rookie, because that actually is based off of a real life person.
Yeah, the one that come on channels ABC.
Yeah,
that
show is another one. Is
that show is everything, man. That show is everything. Show is definitely
here is Screen Rant back in July put out their top 10 list of biopics. Number 10 for them is Walk the Line.
Yep, that's another one on my wall.
Number 9, Oppenheimer.
See, I was gonna put Oppenheimer, but that's why I asked the question. Are we going when you said it? Is it for the whole life or just a segment? Because that's just a segment of his life. Because that should definitely be at least top 5, in my opinion. Top 5.
Number 8 for them is Schindler's List.
Whatever.
Number 7, Amadeus.
Okay.
Number 6 for them is Mishima, A Life in 4 Chapters. I've never seen that.
Never heard of that.
Me neither. It is, A Life in 4 Chapters. The girl from Australia. Yeah, okay. So I didn't ever heard of that. Number 5 for them is The Elephant Man.
Yeah, sad movie.
Sad movie, yeah. Number 4, The Social Network. I thought that was portrayed so well by all of the actors in that film, though.
Yeah, they definitely did a good job.
The Social Network, yeah, they did a really good job, especially my man who played Zuckerberg. All of them, really, and Justin Timberlake did well playing Sean Parker.
Yo, Justin Timberlake. Listen, I don't like him as a human being because what he did to Janet. But let me tell you something. Between his work with Timberland and the job that he did on that movie, because Justin Timberlake can act. I don't care what nobody say. That boy can act.
Yeah, he was good in Time. He really was good in Time.
Yeah, In Time was good. I thought that was a nice, unique way of telling a story. They got Lawrence of Arabia, number 3.
It's a true story. Yeah.
That's
true story. Number 2 for them is Malcolm X. And number 1 on their list is Raging Bull.
Oh, cool. Well, go back to finish my list. Malcolm X, and then I'm finishing off with the last few are all Will Smith. And Ray with Jamie Foxx.
Ray was really good. Portrayal was
Will Smith and Emancipation. That movie, man. If you have not seen that movie, I'm telling you, watch that movie. That was a really, really, really good movie. He deserved what he got for that because, man, oh my goodness, that movie was Emancipation was so good. King Richard, and The Pursuit of Happiness.
I enjoyed that. Okay, no Ali.
But not Ali.
I thought Ali was gonna be in there since you said all Will Smith movies.
Nah, because I really wasn't feeling him as Ali. It was a good movie, but I really wasn't feeling him as Ali. I actually have to go back and watch that again. He did a good job. He did a good job because, like, after a while, it was kind of like with the same thing with Denzel when Denzel was playing Malcolm X. Because I always thought that Lawrence Fishburne should have played Malcolm X. And then, when Denzel was playing it took me a little while when I first saw Malcolm X for me to get Larry Fishburne out of my head. I'm talking about the slim Larry Fishburne, not the fat, not the chubby one. I'm talking about the slim Larry Fishburne. I'm talking about, as a matter of fact, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Larry Fishburne, not Lawrence Fishburne.
Not Lawrence Fishburne.
not Lawrence Fishburne. I'm talking about Larry Fishburne.
Lawrence, you talking about Larry, not Lawrence.
I'm talking about Larry.
Yeah, you talking about when he was in School Days, Larry Fishburne.
I'm talking about bearded goatee Larry, not
King of New York.
Lawrence.
Yeah, King of New York, Boys in the Hood, Larry.
Right, yeah, Boys in the Hood,
Larry. Which to this day, my two scariest movies of him, his most gangster characters was what's his face in King of New York. I forgot that guy's name that he played in King of New York. And And God damn it, what was the other one that I was
What,
gonna say?
Hoodlum?
Yeah, Hoodlum was another good one too.
Hoodlum was good.
Yeah, Hoodlum was another good one too.
Or Deep Cover.
Oh, Deep Cover, yes, that's the other one. That is my. I can't tell you how many times I saw that, and like I went back to the movie theater to go see that again. That man.
Yeah, that was good. I like Deep Cover.
That was good.
That's Larry. That's the
Larry
Larry.
Fishburne.
You know what I'm saying? Lawrence is okay. Lawrence is good. I can get down with Lawrence.
Lawrence gave us what you call it?
The Matrix, right?
Matrix. That's Lawrence.
Yeah. Lawrence gave us the Matrix. He gave us the Signal. The Signal was a surprise. That was a surprisingly good movie. I didn't even know what that movie was. I went into the AMC in Rockville Center to go see. I was like, "What is the Signal?" I'm like, "What is this?" That movie was crazy.
Larry Fishburne. Joseph says Lawrence Fishburne. Oh, Larry Fishburne. Well, he was both. He was Larry back in the
Back in the day, until he started saying, "Put some respect on my name," and called me Lawrence.
Well, me and cornbread.
Please wake up.
Yeah.
Please wake up.
Yeah. Did we ever put that? This I'm about to wrap up the show, but did we ever put that on the blacklist?
Which one? Cornbread Earl and Me?
Cornbread Earl and Me.
Hell yeah, it's on there.
Oh, okay. The black card list, not the blacklist. The black card list. Cornbread Earl and Me
is on there. It had better be on there.
I just saw somebody get the Bucks just got a onside kick. I haven't seen that all year. That's funny. And it was a legitimate. It went 10 yards. It bounced high, and they got it. Oh man, the Bucks got the onside kick. They're getting their onside ass kicked.
You know what? Don't be fooled by that score. They really aren't. They just had a couple of keep letting Henry run wild, but the Bucks is fighting. They fighting tough.
They're fighting. It's yeah.
They ain't had the ball almost the entire fourth quarter.
I gotta get my damn antenna hooked up so I can start seeing the Monday night games. Because I can't watch Monday. That's the only time I can't watch football is on Monday nights.
Monday nights.
Yeah, because I don't have cable.
That's definitely my list. I think Malcolm X might be on the top of the list, though. I thought that was just very well done. Denzel Washington performance was just ridiculous. He studied so hard to play that role.
Yeah. It was just on the other night. It was on Friday night on AM.
He embodied that character. Like he was even starting to look like him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. After a while, I started being like, damn, I couldn't, and especially even his tone and his diction as the movie progressed, his tone and his diction started to change. It was just weird. It's like because back in the day, I never saw any real pictures of Malcolm X. Everything that I listened to in the late 80s, going into the early 90s, when we go buy our stuff from the Ansars, we would get the Malcolm X tapes. So we would listen. We would sit down and listen to the Malcolm X tapes and listen to them of all his speeches.
Oh yeah, he literally, like, he really became that guy, man. And I loved how they went into that, and so it was very well done. Very
yeah, it was. But my favorite, my two favorites though are and both have to do with Spanish women. One is a Mexican. Well, she's American. I'm tired of these labels of this American, that American. If you were born in this country, you're American. I'm not saying African American no more. No, and I'm not saying no other kind of American. Unless you came here from someplace else, if you were born here, you are American, period. So Selena is my favorite biopic with Jennifer Lopez. I can't, man. My daughter hates that song because of me. Dreaming of You,
Yeah.
because I played that
I
song
mean,
to
yeah,
death.
Selena was done very well too. But like I said, the most what the hell type of helmet does this guy have on?
Oh, he probably got on the safety. It's a helmet on top of a helmet. That's the safety helmet thing. Yeah, that's the new safety
What?
helmet.
This look like the Juggernaut.
Yo, that's the new safety helmet. I'm surprised.
I'm the Juggernaut, bitch.
Yeah, that's the new safety helmet. And you know what's so stupid about it? It's not stopping your. They doing all of this dumbness for what? Your brain is still a loose.
Getting hit.
Your brain
Yeah.
is still swishy swashy, swimming around inside of your skull with nothing holding it in place. The only thing that thing is doing is keeping your helmet from cracking, and it looks stupid.
All it's doing is keeping your
He looks
brain
like a fat
inside the
head.
helmet.
No, he look.
When
No,
your
you know
head
what he looks
cracks
like?
open.
He looks like a Funko Pop.
Oh, Funko Pop, yeah.
Now he looks like the stormtroopers from Spaceballs.
I just know it looks stupid. I remember the beginning of the
like
season when I saw
how
somebody.
the big helmet was for what's his name for the count
Dark
what's
helmet.
his name? For
Dark,
dark,
yeah.
yeah, dark helmet or dark helmet, yeah. I'm like, what is this? Like, really? Like, I know you want to play the game. Look at him, bro.
Yo, in the beginning of the
I'll tell you,
season,
he looks like I'm the Juggernaut, bitch.
it looks
Wow.
stupid. And it's not stopping a concussion. I don't know why they're doing that. And people are like, I don't know why they're doing it. It makes the helmet look stupid.
Or
It's
the guy
adding to
from
the.
remember the character from He-Man? Ram
Yeah, that's
Man.
exactly Man of Arms. That's exactly
Oh,
what he looks
damn.
like.
Man at Arms. Yeah, Man at Arms.
Oh, damn.
No, it's Man O
Yeah.
Arms. Man O Arms.
Man, oh my God. That was just, I can't. We're going to end the show on that. Thanks, everybody, for checking us out. Joseph Tanner, thanks very much for coming through, holding us down as usual. We'll catch y'all next week, man. Peace. Deuces.